Hello and welcome to this video. My name is ActiqueRS. So I set myself a next PVM goal, and my goal is to kill 500 Krill Tutsaroth, or the Zamorak boss. I suppose I said that right, but yeah, it's really hard to pronounce. I don't think anybody uses the actual name of the boss. People always call it just the Zami boss because it's so much easier to write that. I've already done some progress towards the 500 kills, and I expect to get it ready at least before my university starts again, so that's 7th of January. So I'm trying to put out the 500 kills in like the week or so, but I'm going off for a couple of days, so I don't think that I will be doing the video like in 3-4 days. I think it's gonna be more like 1 week to 10 days when I'm finished with my kills. One thing that I must say is that the Zamorak boss is extremely lot harder to kill than the Bandos boss, because I'm really struggling with the kills. Well, not too much, but I cannot do like 5-hour trips that I could do at Bandos. It's more like 3-hour trips and like 75 kills in one trip. So I will have to do the kill count a couple of times and do quite many trips to finish my 500 kills actually. But I will get there eventually for sure. One thing that troubles me a lot is that I don't know why the Zami boss does his special attack. I mean, sometimes it seems that if you don't use prayers, he doesn't do the special attack so often. So I could go like a couple of kills without any special attack when I wasn't using a prayer, but when I was using my prayers, I would always get the Zami boss to do the special attack. So I had this idea that Zami has some kind of anger meter or something like that grows every time you fight him, and if you have prayer on, that the meter is growing faster. So I had this idea that if he has done the special attack one time and I don't use prayers, I won't get the special attack again. So as you can see on the clip on the background, I'm testing this out. So at this point I was sure that if I don't use Soul Split or any other prayers, he wouldn't grow enough anger or something like that to use his special attack. So I was thinking that yeah, I'm kind of safe, and I didn't use that much prayer this skill, so he doesn't do the attack for the second time. But I don't know, I think it seems very random that when he does his special attack, but I think prayer has some kind of an effect on it. I just don't really understand completely what kind of the effect it is. So I was getting close to killing the Zami boss and he hadn't done the special attack yet. And I had this idea that if I take my soul split off, he just won't do the special attack. And I was very close to killing the Zami boss anyway, and I was like sure that yeah, he's not gonna do the special attack. But then something curious happened, so as I killed the Zami boss, he did the special attack at the exact same time, and me and the Zami boss both died at the exactly same time, so I actually died at the Zami boss. So it's a lot harder to stay alive at the Zami boss, but it's definitely doable to kill it 500 times, and I will definitely kill it 500 times. But as you can see, my grave timer is over 20 minutes, and that's because I died one time already, and I went there in and I had one Sign of Respite with me, and I didn't use that one because it's kind of fast to get the KC. So this was actually my second death, and I tried to continue the trip after the first death, and I successfully killed it like 15 times after the first death, so it was definitely worth it to continue the trip. But yeah, I had Sign of Respite with me because of that I died one time before already. And the Sign of Respite is one of those items that I wanted to talk about also in this video, because I think it's very overlooked item because people just don't use it or they don't know it exists. And when the divination skill was added, people were like, oh, the rewards is not so good and stuff like that. But for example, the Sign of Respite is so overpowered item, and you only need level 38 divination to use the Sign of Respite. So this was available in the first day since the divination skill was out, and I just found out about it because I don't die so often in RuneScape, and when I die my grave timer is more than enough. So what does the Sign of Respite do? So the Sign of Respite increases the amount of time you have on your grave. And what's so overpowered about it is that Before I thought that you need to always carry the Sign of Respite with you, like you have to carry it in the pocket slot and you can increase your grave timer by 6 minutes. But it's not like that at all. So you can use whatever pocket item you want. You can use a scrimshaw if you want to. And when you die, when you are at the bank, you can use the Sign of Respite and it puts it to your pocket slot. And if you have a grave, it automatically increases the timer in your grave. So it's very, very overpowered because you can increase your grave timer to 1 hour if you are just standing in your Varrock bank, and you don't have to ask your friends to go bless your grave. You can just simply use the Sign of Respite. And this makes it that there is no risk at all of losing your items when you are in the God Wars dungeon and you are fighting some kind of a boss there. Because before it was kind of hard to get the kill count in the 16 minutes, and then you have to kill the boss 1 time and then you can pick your loot, because you cannot pick your loot when the boss is alive. So before this was very hard, but now anybody can pretty much do it, because in 1 hour it's enough time to ask, I don't know, all your clan help you if you cannot kill the boss alone with some bad gear. But to be honest, if you die at the God Wars dungeon and you keep something like your main top and bottom and your weapon, you can just go there in, just bring enough food, and you can kill any of the bosses with just like 10 rock tails. There's no problem at all. So with the Sign of Respite, this just means that you can solo all the bosses, and if you die, there is no risk of losing an item. And this is funny because I didn't know about it when I was killing bandos, so I was kind of scared that if I die at bandos that I have some kind of a problem to get my items back, but actually it's very easy if you use the Sign of Respite. So the thing that I found out about the Sign of Respite like 2 days ago, it just shows that when Jagex adds a new skill to the game, and people are quick to judge something like, oh, this skill is useless and there is no good rewards for doing this skill, they should just definitely check the skill out first. Because I think divination, okay, yeah, it was very boring to grind divination because it was just AFKable. It was not like engaging skill like Slayer or Dungeoneering. But the rewards from divination are really, really great. And I bet most of the RuneScape players don't actually know all the rewards for divination. And there are items like, for example, the attuned portents that you can use only yourself that are really strong. Like when I was fighting in the New World event and I was doing some PvP, I actually managed to stay alive when 3 people from the Bandos side tried to kill me, just simply because I was carrying almost 20 of attuned portents, and I have the best ones, of course, so they are equivalent to rocktails. So the people just couldn't kill me, and I actually got 1 kill out of those people, and then I just ran away because I was almost invincible because I had the portents in my inventory. So there might be some nice tricks that we find out still about divination rewards that we don't know yet, but for sure the Sign of Respite 3 was something that I will always keep in my bank, because yeah, sometimes you do some bossing that it's kind of hard to get to the grave, and I think God Wars Dungeon might be the only one where it's actually hard to get to the grave. So if you're doing God Wars Dungeon on a regular basis, you should definitely put some Signs of Respite to your bank, and just extend your timer to like 30 minutes or something like that when you die, so you don't panic and, I don't know, lose your items. So you can keep your items every time you die, so it's kind of nice. Of course, this creates some kind of imbalance to the economy again, because there is no risk of losing items, so there's even less of an item sink that there used to be. So people actually used to lose their item, and I think some people still lose their item when they die because they don't know about the Sign of Respites. But if you don't lose your connection, like you don't disconnect, there is no risk of losing your items when you are doing the God Wars dungeon. So I hope that this encourages you to try it out because it's kind of fun. And I think this is all that I wanted to talk about in this video. This video turned into a very long video, and I just wanted to simply say that, hey guys, I will make a new loot tab and I will continue grinding it. And hey, by the way, the Sign of Respite is a good item, but I suppose I just wanted to talk about it a bit more. So yeah, if you like this video, please leave it a like and subscribe, and thanks for watching. See you guys later.